At the beginning of this story, we see a swarm of ants gathering food because the winter season is approaching soon, and during the winter season, they don't want any food problems. So, every year before winter, the ants would gather food. Now, as the ants were carrying their food supplies toward their colony, suddenly a boy fell near their colony, making the ants think that someone had attacked them. This causes panic among the ants, and they start running around to save their lives. The name of the boy who fell near the ants' colony was Lucas. Lucas was quite weak and innocent, which made him a target for some bullies who constantly bullied him, and it was because of these bullies that Lucas fell there. Now, the bullies call Lucas, make fun of him, and then leave, leaving Lucas quite sad because he isn't like the other normal boys and had to face many difficulties in his life. Lucas was quite angry at this time, but he couldn't vent his anger on anyone. So, we try to calm his anger by pouring water on the colony of ants present in the park. After this, we see Joke and Lucas, a couple of ants who are in love with each other. When Hawa sees Lucas being harmed by her colony, she asks Lucas, "What did we do to you? Why are you bothering us?" But Lucas couldn't hear Hawa's words because he was too small due to being an ant. Now, Leo attacks the ants' colony by hitting them with his tree, but before Lucas can step on the ants with his feet, Lucas's mom calls him, which saves the ants. Lucas listens to his mom's voice and goes inside the house. When Hawa learns Lucas's name, she is very happy because she likes Lucas's name a lot. But Joke and Lucas didn't like each other and Lucas's name at all. Upon entering the house, Lucas's mom tells him that she is leaving him with his older sister Stephanie and going on vacation herself. Lucas gets angry with his mom because she isn't taking him on vacation. On the other hand, we see Joe, who is making a medicine to change human size. When Hawa learns that Joe is making such a medicine that could make humans small, Hawa opposes it because there is a lot of attachment to humans there, and she doesn't want anyone to be harmed by that medicine. Now, people are talking among themselves when their leader arrives and tells them that our food is running out, and we will have to fight humans to save our food. Hawa tells them that instead of fighting with humans, they can also bring back their food by peacefully talking to them. In the next scene, we see Lucas, who is quite sad because his mom is leaving him alone at home with his older sister Stephanie and their grandmother while she goes on vacation. Lucas stands outside his house sadly when suddenly the bullies who had been teasing him arrive and throw a bomb near him. Scared by the blast of the bomb, Lucas falls to the ground, causing ants to climb on him. Lucas is very angry with the boys who tease him, and the ants also start climbing on him, which makes his anger increase even more, and he starts pouring water into the ants' colony using a pipe. This causes a lot of water to fill up in the ants' homes, and all the ants start drowning in the water. Meanwhile, there was a man named Mashan Beans who was killing insects near Lucas. Ashan starts teasing Lucas by calling him a baby. Then, Stain also signs a paper to kill the insects around Lucas's house. Meanwhile, what happens is that their leader comes out with water and sees the bad condition of his people, which makes Lucas quite angry, and he plans to shrink Lucas with the serum he made. After that, they come with the serum and put it in Lucas's ears to shrink humans. When Loka wakes up from his sleep, he is quite surprised to see things around him looking much bigger than his real size. Meanwhile, the ants start carrying Lucas away after he becomes small. At that moment, Lucas's grandmother comes there with her torch and binoculars, sees the ants carrying Lucas and faints. In the next scene, we see the ants bringing Lucas to their leader, where all the ants call Lucas a destroyer because Lucas was unintentionally destroying their colony. The ants remind Lucas of how he destroyed their homes unknowingly and caused them trouble. After that, their leader calls his queen to punish Lucas. She tells Lucas that he will have to stay here and learn about the ants' way of living and manners so that he can help them in the future if any trouble arises. Hearing this, Joke tells the queen that Lucas is a destroyer, so how can they expect help from a destroyer? And if we expect this to help, who will teach it the ways here? Upon hearing this, Hawa emerges from the crowd and says that she will teach it all the way here. The next day, Lucas tries to escape from there, but Hawa sees him. Hawa tells Lucas that he cannot leave from here. It is the order of our queen, and according to our queen's orders, I will stay here and learn the ways here. After that, it happened. The assembly hall welcomes 200, where 2 teams are seen. Hawa includes Lucas in the blue team, whose task is to collect food. Just then, a cheetah named Fairy arrives, ready to start her work. Upon hearing this, Leo goes to bring food with the cheetahs. However, Lucas cannot do any work properly because he has never done this work before. Due to Lucas's inability to work, his blue team loses badly. Lucas feels very sad due to the defeat of his team. To motivate Lucas after seeing this, Hawa tells him that he has to work like ants. The cat's nature says that I am not an ant to think like an ant. And yes, you don't need to worry about me. They both are talking to each other when suddenly fierce bugs appear and attack them. Seeing this, Hawa takes Lucas and hides him in broken glass, which she had seen near Lucas a while ago. And shortly after that, there is a bomb blast, which scares away all the bugs with its loud noise. Seeing this, all the ants think that Lucas has scared away all the bugs. So they praise Lucas a lot and want to be friends with him. But Jog tells them that this is not an accident. Destruction is our enemy, and we can never be with it. Then we see the nighttime, where the ants give Lucas green jelly to eat. When Lucas eats that green jelly, he finds it very delicious. So he eats a lot of green jelly. When he learns that green jelly is a waste material of insects, he starts vomiting. Seeing this, Hawa gives Lucas fresh blue jelly to eat, which makes Lucas feel good after eating. After that, all the ants show Lucas their egg colony, where Lucas is shown their egg goods. After showing a picture of a demon, Hawa tells Lucas that the demon releases jelly gas to kill us in our colony. When Loka hears her, he understands that she is not talking about a demon but is referring to the enemy. Leo wants to go home to save the ants, but the ants stop Lucas from going home. So, an idea comes to Lucas' mind, and he tempts those ants with sweet candy kept in his home, making them ready to go with him to his home. Then, Grace and her friend go to his home with Lucas. When Lucas reaches his home, he becomes quite emotional seeing it. After that, he starts dialing the number of Star Beans to eat candy with his companions. Star Bean's elder sister, SD. Amen, sees Grease lifting candy, and as Dave moves forward to attack Grease, she stops him because she has seen the ants taking Lucas away. So, when she sees those ants shrinking, she screams in the washroom to let Lucas go from them. Screaming, her fake teeth and ring fall into the water. Watching this, Wine becomes very sad. Just then, Lucas arrives there with Grease, and when they both leave, Jog gets quite angry at Lucas and shows him the serum to fix him, saying you can never be the same as before because I won't give you the serum. When Leo sees Jog upset, he goes and sits by a pond. Tai also takes out a frog from that pond, which attacks Lucas. Lucas tries to escape with his life, but due to being small, he cannot run fast and becomes the prey of the frog. When the frog swallows Lucas, Hawa and Jog also arrive there. Seeing all this, they become very sad. When Lucas goes into the stomach of the frog, he sees that there are already 3 bugs inside the frog that are slowly melting due to the liquid inside the frog. When Jog sees who was sad, he decides to save Lucas for Hawa's sake. After that, he goes to the frog and tells it to eat him, and when the frog eats him, what's inside meets Lucas. Then Jog puts a serum inside the frog's body, causing the frog to start vomiting, and as the frog vomits, Lucas and what's inside come out of the frog's stomach. After stepping out, Lucas and Jog have a conversation and become friends. Hawa is quite happy to see this. Wyan, apologizing to Lucas, says that he had no idea that even ants have feelings. If he had known that ants have feelings too, he would never have bothered them. After their conversation, they both fall asleep. The next morning, when the ants wake up, they see that the staff has also arrived. Lucas is surprised to see Star Beans because when he had gone home, he had forbidden Star Beans from killing ants. Despite people's protests, when Star Beans arrives, the ants start discussing among themselves to stop him. At that moment, Leo tells the leader of the ants to give him the same serum that was given to him. The leader says that Star Beans is too tall, so they won't be able to reach his ears. Then they face a big problem. After thinking for a while, Leo's mind goes to the ants who attacked him at the beginning of the story. Lucas asks the ants for help, but they refuse in ego. Eventually, Davy, one of the ants, comes and falls near him. When people see an ant, its eyes are damaged due to the gas. Seeing this, the other ants realize that if they don't help Lucas, they will also suffer the same fate. So, the big ants agree to help Lucas. Lucas and his friends then approach Star Beans and try to put the serum that shrinks humans into his ears, but they fail because Star also wears earphones. When Star Beans hears the ants talking, he tries to hit them with his hands and runs away. As a result, Lucas falls on Star Beans' head. When Star Beans attacks Lucas, Leo tries to escape by grabbing Star Beans' nose hair. This causes Star Beans to sneeze, and Lucas falls. When Leo falls, he sees that all the ants are dying due to Star Beans' burnt gas, which makes him very sad. But then his gaze falls on Hawa, who is trapped under an injured ant. Seeing this, Lucas quickly goes to Hawa and lifts the ant, releasing Hawa. Meanwhile, as soon as Star Beans is about to release toxic gas in the ant's house, the ants attack his private parts, and seizing the opportunity, they inject Star Beans with the serum that shrinks him, causing Star to become small. As soon as Star shrinks, all the ants pounce on him to kill him and chase him away. Impressed by Lucas' splendid deed, all the ants are very happy and take Lucas to their queen. The queen also praises Lucas' work and allows him to return. Meanwhile, Favorite tells Lucas that he must treat them with candies from his home. Upon hearing the queen's order, Jog gives Lucas the serum to drink, which drastically reduces his height. Now, with the magical serum that will return Lucas to his original size, Hawa hugs Lucas and says she will miss him. After that, Lucas leaves and drinks the serum, returning to his previous size. Shortly after, his mom also returns from vacation, making Lucas very happy. In the meantime, the bullies who used to bully Lucas show up. But this time, Lucas isn't afraid of them. Instead, he calmly explains to them that they shouldn't fight each other. Let's play together. The boys really like Lucas' loving manner and agree with him, taking Lucas with them to play. Before leaving with them, Lucas leaves some sweet candies there for them, which makes all the ants very happy because ants love candies. And with that, the movie finally ends here. If you liked the video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video. Thanks.